So we pick up with part three of Sic Parvis Magna, and we're all in different timelines. So where we had left all three groups was Arhat, Hylas, and House were in. We had left you guys. You had been confronted with alternate Hylas coming off the turbo lift and complaining about you guys drinking his fine liquor. And then the other group, which is Knightley, Sova, and the Ambassador, you guys are on a different timeline where you're dealing with the virus from Crossing the Line episode, where viruses are outbreaking, people are being terrible and violent, and you discovered an alternate House was alive in the medbay, and you had kind of just started to interact with him and kind of getting some information there. And then the third group was Jahan, Clark, and Nurse Donna. And each of you had an NPC with all of you, but these are the main player characters. You guys are on the first outing of the Drake, which was under a different captain, not under Captain Knightley, and you've put together that somehow, in some weird way, you are on the Drake, this Drake, on the day that everything goes catastrophically terrible for that crew. And so Clark took some very violent and decisive actions, smashed the computer, put his fist right through it,
That's right. I forgot about that.
ripped off the top of his uniform, pretended to be a greased monkey, and was headed to the engineering.
Nice.
And he saw alternate Jahan just talking to other crewmates at that time. And we had left Anna and Commander Jahan in the science lab, deciding what to do. Really, the three of you. Truman Rilitha, it's a biologist, a male biologist from the Drake. So it's you three in the science lab. You've just seen Clark leave. Jahan did try to intervene with him making all of these things, but there was some weird temporal thing where he couldn't. You guys have been having a hard time grabbing onto things in this reality, and now Clark is not. He's not having a problem. He no longer has the double image on him. He has left the science lab. So I'll say? What do the two of you want to do now that Clark is gone?
The consequences of messing with time could be pretty big.
Right.
So that, yeah, absolutely. Like, and also if it can't be stopped at all, if we're just witnessing, like, do we even know we can change events?
That you don't know.
Right. So at the very worst, we'll all just die in this
Terrible, terrible.
in this right. So
So Ta'ana will say to Jahan, shall we go after him or leave him?
well, leaving him would probably be just as bad as messing with things. So we should probably try to get him. We also need to figure out a way to get out of here because we don't have any of that, right?
You have no information on how to get out.
Perhaps I shall work on a way to get us out of here while you collect Lieutenant Clark. Probably a good idea to stick together.
So Rilitha was the one that suggested come in here to use the science lab to put something together. But again, all of you have noticed that with having this double image effect on your person, you have a hard time physically interacting with anything.
Right.
And that Clark's big display of piercing his hand through the computer monitor dissipated him. Like he no longer had the double image, and he freely left the science lab without having to wait for somebody else to come into the door because you can't interact. The doors don't open. So you're essentially, for the most part, practically stuck in the science.
Oh, okay. I guess Ta'ana would say that in order for us to be able to go after him, we need to somehow leave this dimension like Lieutenant Clark did. All he did was touch something, basically.
So it seems like.
So perhaps we need to try touching things.
So is that what you want to do? Do you want to reach out?
Yeah, I guess I would reach out and touch the computer too.
So do con fitness difficulty 1.
All right, I got one success.
Okay, so you just walk over to another monitor on the counter that's there. You just reach out and you touch it, and as you're touching it, you get this overwhelming wave of nausea, and you can now feel the air, the air circulating in the room. You can hear the hum of the Drake. You can hear stuff in the room. You can feel the pressure change in the room because now you're equalizing to clearly that existence.
Okay,
And when you look around, you're the only person in the science.
okay. So I guess I would wait there for a few minutes and see if they also get through. Uh-oh, we're rolling.
Always rolling. So you wait there a minute. Do you touch anything, Jahan?
I mean, has Clark has tried to get information off of the computers?
If you're asking, like, has he been on the computers to like research the problem that you're in? No, he has not.
Typical.
That's
Well, I would probably use the computers to search up just temporal anomalies just to see if there's some way to, like, what we can do about it, essentially.
so you
Is
reach
that
out for a keyboard and you can roll con fitness 1.
I have one success.
So again, you go to reach out and you physically go to touch the keyboard, and again, you have like a wave of nausea over you. You can hear the hum of the Drake. You can feel like the air circulating in the room. You can physically feel like the divots in the keyboard keys. You can tell that like you are now present in this reality, and you can start typing away. So let's just have you roll science, reason, difficulty 3, I would say, because it's a pretty specific topic. I'm going to have the Drake assist you, that Drake, who would like to roll a d20 for computers science, and that's an 8. Yep. You could, Tana, assist it if you wanted, because you're now both in both. So science presence. 1. Nice. So no help from this Drake.
All right. What do we have for
4 momentum currently.
I have one success.
So you need 2 more successes.
all right, yeah, I'll buy one. Just one success.
So you and Tana like work with each other, but it just seems like because this is like a first outing of the Drake, like there's nothing incredibly helpful on the computer. Like you might have to get more specific, maybe, but at first first attempt, you don't get a lot of helpful results. It's the way I put it. Roll again for the guy. He didn't come out of this. So as you're standing there trying to figure out what to do, crewman Rilitha appears, like out of the air, essentially. Now you're all
Together.
together.
Let me take a general medical scan to see if anybody is like displaying any, if there's like a virus going on that they don't actually know about, or if anybody is like.
So what are you
sick.
specifically scanning?
The air for viral sicknesses.
Okay, that's a medicine
Alright.
control 1.
One. Almost got a 20.
So you're scanning to see if there's any like viruses or
Yeah,
agents in there.
viral, nothing.
Nothing.
So Jahan probably doesn't want to meet himself.
That would not be advised. However, since we do have Red Shirt here,
Yeah, there you go.
we could probably send Red Shirt to speak with Jahan just to get some information. Perhaps he knows something, or just of any of the primary officers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have him.
So sure, I can at the engineering. I'd have to do kind of what Clark did and like I had to change my uniform.
Yeah. Is there a clothing locker around?
Is there a clothing locker?
Yeah.
Let's have you roll command insight, difficulty 1.
One, two, three, four.
Wouldn't you know there is a locker right in this room?
Woo! All right, so
yeah, so you go over to the locker, and there is a set of like several uniforms.
Okay, so I'm gonna put one on open.
Okay. You have no problem then.
Excellent. Are you putting one on, John? Or are you not even gonna go in and?
Oh, I'm not getting anywhere near.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go meet you, your old self, and scan you medically, and speak with you, see if I can find out any sort of information.
So you've
And then-
left the science lab and you're
Yeah.
going to where he said he was going.
Yeah.
Do you want Rilsa to go with you?
I mean, what kind of a uniform is she wearing to go see Jahan?
It's the same. She found like a balloon for her.
A blue one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you go up to Jahan and start asking him non-medical questions, it's going to look really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, all we need to do is get the heck out of here.
That would be the best course of action.
Yeah. So I got to go in there and get Clark, but also am curious about what happened. I'm gonna try to find out because I still think my original idea is the only idea I have is that our timeline break physically in the coordinates of space like flew through some sort of anomaly, and if we can just like get out, then maybe we would fly through the like get out of the anomaly. I don't know. This is my literal only idea. So I'm kind of curious to go see where we are in space somewhere.
Okay.
So I will go into engineering, find Clark, see what he's doing, and then decide from there what's on to do.
All right. Well, the crewman can go with you. If anybody says anything, crewman's not feeling well.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so the two of you walk out of the science lab.
Yeah.
And you proceed down the way. Now, as you guys are leaving the door and going down, you're seeing 2 or 3 science officers approaching the door.
Okay. Well, I guess I would tell the officer, the crewman, to go back in and warn John.
So Relissa like turns around, he goes right back into the science lab and he says, it looks like a few science officers are coming to the lab. They're probably coming to investigate what Clark did.
All right. I'll take care of it. I tell him and send him back out.
So Relissa comes back out and he says to you, he kind of whispers to you because they're getting close at this point. He says, it's fine. Jahan says he'll take care of it.
Okay.
So you,
Okay, so we just proceed. Like
So
we
you
go
just-
on.
So literally as you walk past, they're just like, ensign. They just like,
Yep. Yep.
just walk past them.
Okay.
So now it's going to take a couple minutes to get to engineering from where you are. So we'll go to Jahan in the science lab.
Okay.
So you have probably from Relissa leaving the room, you probably had like 10 seconds before they open the door.
All right. I'm just at a computer.
Okay. So the doors open and the science officers come in and they come in and they see like all of the monitor and the parts of the computer like smashed and blown apart, and they just see you standing there at a computer and they're like, Jahan, Commander, what happened in here and like what is going on?
These are ensigns. I can tell that they're.
There's 2 ensigns and a lieutenant. And you can tell their ranks are like on there.
Yeah. All right. Just investigating, making sure things are up to speed. As you can see, got to make sure everything's good for the test.
The different kind of uniform that you're wearing. Is that like for the test or something? Is that like a ceremonial uniform or something?
It is for the test. We're testing these out along with the testing of the new warp engine.
I'll have to get me some of those. So now you will roll engineering presence, and I will tell you the difficulty.
I like how the pants are centering.
It is a 0. They did not succeed once. So you can just roll for momentum.
That is a 7 and a 2, which means that is 3 successes.
Yeah. So they just are like, oh yeah, no duh. Like that, like everything you say to them just makes perfect sense. They have no doubt in their mind about what's going on, and they say, "Oh, well, do you need us in here? Like, do you have everything under control?"
Everything is under control. Thank you. Actually, you should probably stay out of the room though, in case another one of these computers malfunctions.
Do you want us to post somebody at the door?
That shouldn't be necessary. I don't see any potential danger right now.
Okay, we'll put a notice out to the science staff, and yeah, we'll let you be. We'll see you in probably, I don't know, probably 35 minutes or so.
Yes, very very soon. Very good.
Okay. And the 3 of them just turn around their heels and walk right back out the door. And you hear
Took
them
care
saying
of it.
stuff like, ooh, man, those slacks on them. I gotta get those slacks. So now we cut to Clark, who is then looking through the opening to engineering, and he's watching Jahan up there on like the upper like scaffolding that's in front of the warp engine. You can envision that.
Yeah.
And he's like chatting with other officers that are up there with him. And so, what would you like to do?
I want to talk to John.
So you make your way into engineering. And
Yeah.
there's a couple officers that are kind of like looking at you.
I kind of like mill around in engineering, like, like I normally do. Like I know the system pretty well. So I would just be like checking numbers, like what floor numbers, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Signing up on like the boards, like I know what I'm doing.
Like you're just
Yeah.
like everything. This is normal. So you walk up to the engineering thing, and so you, Jahan, because it's not, you know your engineering thing very well. Because you're now, for your reference, John, like this Jahan is not on the bridge. He's like Clark. He's always in the engine. He's always down here. He does everything. Every time Clark's been in the engine room and he complains about, he gets meals at the end of the day at like 9 o'clock. And he's constantly in tunnels and fixing things and doing stuff like that's what this version of John is. He's the Clark of this string. So this Clark walking up to you with his uniform top like split open and like like laying over his legs with a metal prosthesis, he stands out because you know all of your guys. So you're approaching the stairwell steps to where Jahan is.
Are you lost, officer?
Not lost, Commander John. It's nice to see you actually doing stuff down there.
Well, Lieutenant Commander, but I appreciate the upgrade. What can I do you for?
I just was doing some final checks of the test.
Which division are you in?
Engineering. I just
Okay, so you can use your Jihad numbers and you can roll engineering insight and you just tell me how many successes you get. I'll spend a threat and you can have 3 dice. And then you, Caleb, are gonna be engineering presence.
it'll be
Just one success.
So you got difficulty 1.
Yeah.
You have full momentum.
all right. I'll buy it. 3, 8, 5. So he buys it. Hook line 6.
So do you have a 5 in engineering?
4.
So for your 3, do you have a focus in
Composure is the only thing I have.
you have composure? So that's 2 with the 3, 8, and 5, right? So that's 4 successes. So that's 3 momentum.
You only need 1.
Yeah. So you have 1.
2 to burn.
So what would you like to do with that before I tell him?
I think this is one of those like gotta figure out what's going on, no matter what situations.
Right.
So I'm just gonna come clean with you. So
Just tell him.
Yeah.
So what we'll do before you say everything,
Yeah.
we'll use 2 momentum to soften him.
I pick up a clipboard that's right near me and I look at and I flip the page up and I'm like, they never give me updated crew logs.
Yeah. Basically, the role is that he totally buys whatever you're saying, despite how poorly you tried to cover it.
I mean,
Yeah.
he looks like he's from engineering, let's be honest.
Right. And the 2 momentum that you're using makes him like, you can tell Clark that he's like agreeable to continue talking to you. Like he's not like, okay, who's this random guy? He's acting weird. Like he's interested in talking to
I
you.
say, yeah, well, that was a lot easier than I thought. So, Lieutenant Commander, I have a feeling that this test is gonna be something is gonna go wrong on this test.
Have you found something?
I have not personally found anything. Like, I
Uh.
don't have any hard evidence that I found on any of the computers.
So call it engineering's intuition?
I would call it that, yeah.
I see, I see. Unfortunately, Starfleet might not feel the same.
Yeah, I run into that issue quite frequently.
You and me both.
Do you have
What was your name again?
the, my name is, Ensign Clark.
Ensign Clark. Well, good to meet you. I'm Lieutenant Commander Jahan.
Do you have any engineering intuition on this test?
Well, I feel like they wouldn't put me in this position if I didn't. Everything looks pretty good on my end. So as far as I can tell, there's a lot of moving pieces, of course, but I haven't heard anything otherwise. Well, what makes you think there's an issue?
So here's, yeah, so I don't know how to explain this any better than I can. You and I are close friends. We regularly eat cheeseburgers, with space chips together after our shifts.
Hmm.
Where I come from, you work on the bridge and I work in your position. So it's nice to see you down here doing something for once. But this test goes horribly wrong, and I don't know why.
And so as you're talking to John and saying that, the two officers who are up there are slowly turning and looking at you.
I see. It was Ensign Clark, was it? Did you happen to just come from medical or? Okay, well, maybe we should see that you get there.
And I think as he's doing that, which is I think is a great setup, I think Tahana and Rilitha like walk into
Yeah,
engineering.
like as they get there, it's like, all right, we gotta stop Clark from talking, and he's just like, so
Oh.
I'm from the future.
So you guys come walking into engineering. You've really had no problem getting nobody's stopped you at all. And you go look in and you see Clark talking to Jahan. And Jahan's like standing there like, like he has kind of like a John can say what kind of face he
Like oh, right.
has. And you see the back of Clark and he's like you say, he's grandiosely like gesturing and stuff.
Okay.
Can I see the screen on the actual workforce from when we were standing?
It's like you can see part of it because he's standing in front of it.
Is there anything on it that I would pick up on? Or
You roll an engineering insight difficulty 2.
And I see them walk in, right? Because
Oh yeah, I mean you totally they stand out because
So I didn't roll a critical, but I rolled a 3. Just under my engineering.
they have like diagnostics, work theory, anything like that.
Machine operation.
Machine operation, that's fine. So what you know from your looking at the screen, like you're only seeing like 50 to 60% of the screen.
Yeah.
You can tell that the mixture and everything that they're using is not the same that you use on the drink now. And you can tell that there's something there, but to like know more, you would have to go literally through it and like act like look.
So I see the computer screen and I say, the mix is wrong. For the workboard, your mix is wrong.
okay, and we'll definitely double check that. And I point down to Tahan. I say, officer, could you see Ensign Clark here to medical? Thank you.
Very like quietly under my breath, I said Professor Kung would have taken it seriously.
Ooh, got him.
All right, we'll roll command presence.
Yeah. Difficulty.
You roll the difficulty.
All right, I'll buy momentum.
Your thing you're going to roll is
I'm rolling against him.
you're rolling against him, and you're going to roll
Gotcha.
command presence.
What am I doing?
Command. No.
Engineering presence. So
Yeah. Yeah. I would think that you're trying to like specifically get him to latch onto something. So difficulty 2 for you, John. It's going to be command presence difficulty 2.
We have 2 successes.
Okay. So he says it. I'm telling for John. He says it. It obviously is like a very particular thing to say, and it is glaring. But it's your personal choice if you want to use that to do anything further.
Well, I send him off. Does he just go with her?
You turned away and walked to the nurse. But
no, I kind of like said that under my breath before I walked away.
yeah, you say that, but then you turned and now you're walking to okay.
Jahan would just kind of take pause, just kind of look back at him as he walked out, not doing anything right now.
So you get over to the doorway with the 3 of them. What do you?
So I would say to Lieutenant Clark, it seems your plan did not work. It's time that we leave.
Say, that's where your Vulcan emotions sway you.
Priority is to get back to our own time. There's nothing more we can do from here. Who knows what changing the timeline would do?
So as they walk out, I take a look back again and look back at the computer, and I pick up the clipboard and I start like checking the names, like going over, looking at all the names on the sheet.
There was no Clark at all whatsoever on the sheets.
Anna wanted to ban John.
Okay.
See if there's something wrong, like off with him.
This one standing there on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll. What do you want?
So my plan was to go up to him and say to him, like, basically, like, sorry to bother you. I'm conducting a research study where I monitor the level of blood pressure in an individual who's working on a large project. Would you mind if I scanned you to be a part of my study?
So roll medicine presence. Tell me how many successes you need.
1.
Okay, so John, you're gonna roll. So she comes up, she says all that to you, and you're gonna roll. I'm gonna just say command insight because, like, you don't really need to have medical to know. So it's just difficulty 1.
We have 0 successes.
So what she said to you sounds perfectly normal. You have no idea, like, whatever medical wants to do is what medical wants to do.
Of course. That's yeah, we're about to test new technology, of course.
Thank you.
So now you can roll medicine control difficulty 1.
No. Wow. I got 3 successes.
Okay. Look at the hanger. So you scan him.
Yeah.
He is everything you've
What?
ever seen. He's an Andorian male who has like cybernetic tack on his head. There's like something different with his DNA, but it's normal and everything on your records.
Okay. So he doesn't have any.
He doesn't have high blood pressure. He's just an average Andorian.
I don't detect any like alien life forms or any sort of.
Nope. He's just a regular old person.
Thank you, Lieutenant. May I ask you who is in charge of this entire project?
Lieutenant Commander. I don't
Excuse me, my deepest apologies.
everybody seems to be in a tizzy today, but it's we've all been working quite hard, so it's understandable. What was the question?
Who is in charge of this whole project? If I were to go to the tippy top and ask that to scan that person, who would that person be?
Captain Murren is overseeing things. I mean, if you really want to get into it, I would say Starfleet. I don't know if you can scan the entirety though. Might take a while, and we do have a launch to complete.
Yeah, of course. That is illogical.
Ah,
Time, Lieutenant Commander.
thank you, officer.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, 2 things I want to do. I want to see what sector of space we're in. I keep talking about it, I never do it.
Okay.
Secondly, I want to talk to the captain.
Right to the captain.
Yeah.
Okay, which thing do you want to do first?
Can I do the sector of space thing in this in engineering?
You certainly can.
All right.
So you're gonna roll science, control, difficulty 1. Okay, Clark, so you've been pushed out into the hallway with Rilla fell.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What's in there? What's in the hallway?
It's just a corridor leading to the rest of like the ship. You've just been pushed out of like main engineering. You're like right, so like at your back is the door back into main. Rilla didn't like he only just took you out of eyesight or the lieutenant commander.
Yeah.
He's like, so that doesn't seem like it went the way you wanted to. At least that's to him.
It went exactly the way history dictates. Well, is there a computer in the hallway?
Yeah, there's monitor.
I don't know. Just look at the computer.
You just want to go onto the computer?
Yeah.
So, is there anything specific you want to do on it? Or you just want to like start scrolling?
Can I look at that mixture of the?
You want to have like secure engineering material on the outside of the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to re-examine that, like what they're actually using for the engine.
So you're gonna roll engineering daring.
Yeah.
Difficulty 3.
I'll buy it. I need 13. 7, 2, 2.
So do you have a focus in hacking or
No.
even like do you have like an EPS relay, like would be powered on the power management?
No.
So 3 seconds. So that's fine, you met it. So you pull what he's looking at, what you saw behind him, you pull to an exterior corridor monitor, and now you can see on the screen that like, yep, the mixture is different, but it's not alarming. It just seems like he's just using a different mixture than you currently use on the drink. It doesn't necessarily mean it's suspicious in nature.
Yeah.
It just means he's using a different formula. But
What is the formula?
basically, what you're seeing on there is that he is anticipating it failing. So he's trying to save the engines in case something goes wrong. Because you know that he's testing the Warp 7 engine. They're going to put it at full max Warp 7. So it's more favorable to basically like the mixture is more favorable so that if he has to pull the plug or drop out of warp like in an emergency style, he won't like overload the engine and destroy it. Because that's what you know. If he was at warp, if you were at warp and you had a critical failure where the engine itself was breaking and you had to emergency stop it, like you would have a giant hunk of rock in the engineering room, you could not go to warp anymore. You just took note that his mixture was in preparation.
So he has it like mixed a certain way for like some days of emergency, you can just like flush it.
Exactly.
What that tells me is that he's worried about it, basically. This is the first time they've ever tried 7.
Right.
So you said before there was kind of like a little bit of something in there
There's something
that I pick up on.
you saw something, but you don't know without like digging into the computer mod, like digging into it, you don't know.
Yeah. Well, let me try to like pinpoint that.
So engineering control difficulty 2.
What do you have, Harold? I got 2 successes.
You can see that you're out past Vulcan and like Andoria, and you're kind of out in between. Like the Romulan neutral zone is like this, the Drake is here, and then you have we're on like the Federation planet. So they are away from any planets or anything. So this
But nowhere near where my Drake is.
no, not even close. You're much more closer to home. You're just farther. You're just a different direction away from it, and you're not near any planets in case catastrophe.
I got 2 successes.
So you are looking. You're like you start to pull up the engineering, like what he's looking at in the other screen, and you're like now going further into like the diagnostic mode of trying to ascertain like what's because now you're getting hands on the stuff you've heard for over a year from him, and you see that in some of the calibration logs you see the strange repeating handshake pattern that the Drake has experienced on your ship several times. The exact same unknown code architecture that the Drake has run into several times, but it's all under this like calibration routine. And the only reason it caught your eye is because you've dealt with the code so many times. You and Arhat have processed this code, you've stared at this code, you've analyzed this code to death. So you just looking at it was like something caught your eye, like looking at
This is part of that like signal, right?
the
that
signal
comes
that
in,
keeps hitting the
comes
Drake.
in his antenna.
Yeah, the whole thing where it was aimed at his antenna, and then you guys are trying to figure out things. Then he hit the Drake.
So what could happen this whole time?
Yeah, so basically it's surprising to see that the thing that's been affecting the Drake is currently, but
It's not that surprising.
But this time, instead of it being from an outside source coming into the Drake, it is in the Drake. It is a part of the computer, is what I'm saying. It's in the log. It's not like it's hidden in calibration logs. It's not like you're not getting this like some weird source in space is sending a data stream to the Drake. It's in the Drake.
So understanding temporal, would I assume that it's like this version of the Drake has been speaking us in the future this whole time?
You can roll science reason, difficulty 1.
Well, thanks.
Okay, so 2 successes. Okay, 1 goes back. When you're looking at it and you're trying to ascertain like what does this mean? Like what does this mean? for relation to what happens on your Drake and what's happening here, you get the impression that whatever was happening on your Drake succeeded. You get the impression that whatever was this code was trying to do, but it, for some reason couldn't do it, has worked. What it's doing, what it's affecting, that you haven't ascertained, but you could put together very quickly that all the security concerns that you and Art had about the code are like it's too late. It's already in. It's already fulfilled whatever it was trying.
Well, probably starting with this, test forward, it's that part of the ship. So it succeeded what it was trying to do.
Seems
It
like
just remained active in the code.
possibly, but you know that going forward, it wasn't in the drain. It always came from an outside source to the drain.
I want to shift back to Star hat.
He's not on the drain.
No, not yeah.
Oh, Jahan.
Yeah.
You want to show that to him?
Yeah. But if I run back in there, I'm gonna get stuck.
It's probably not going to go.
Do our comms work? Then I try to use my comm to down them.
So she's standing there looking at the monitor for sector space, and your communicator goes off in your pocket.
Versus Tom.
Oh, John, can you please tell Lieutenant Commander John that just to check this signal, and I give her like the code,
Okay.
whatever this handshake code is.
Do you like tell her to have them scan
Yeah.
for like a handshake code?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have him look into that, or at least ask him about it. Ask him if he knows about this code.
Okay. Lieutenant Commander, do you believe in time travel?
You're going back to John and you're asking him.
Yeah.
Great.
So I'm typing up on a computer, and she does that, and I just go, I say, "Do you?
I believe it is a possibility.
Do you think that warp 7 is going to make us time travel?"
I think that. What I am trying to understand is if I were to tell you information, would you take it seriously?
Well, that was one heck of an opening, officer. It's
Ah,
and I would love to talk about it more after we've tested
yeah.
the warp engine, since I feel like we have about half an hour until.
To do that test.
Yeah, and you know that it's very logical, and I apologize for interrupting you yet again. However, I would simply like to show you this code and simply tell you that if perhaps somebody from the future or the past was to show you this, perhaps you should take it seriously. And then I shall leave.
Okay. So science presence.
Okay.
You just roll and tell me the difficulty. You can stack it or make it as much as difficult or as not difficult as you would
First of all, he's like, what is that communicating?
like.
Is she just showing me like
A pad.
information on a pad?
Yeah.
Are we
Okay.
on momentum?
Yeah.
I'll take one.
So roll 3.
3 successes.
Okay, so John, you're going to be, I would say command insight. I would say, again, you're trying to ascertain how crazy she is. So it's difficulty 3. I
Oh,
will give you 2 extra dice.
all right. I was gonna say otherwise I'm not. I literally can't get it if it's.
No, right.
Yeah, actually,
Wow.
but they're like,
I absolutely destroyed it. I got like 5 successes. And that was just on 3 dice.
Oh, I get a threat back. Nice.
Hold on, I'll roll one more to see if you get it. No, you only get that.
I thought you should-
So, what I'll say to Jahan, that only Jahan knows, no matter what anybody else hears at the table.
Yeah.
Jahan, and when he looks at the code, sees that it has Professor Tun's like programming on it. You don't really understand why she has that on the pad.
Okay, so I
But,
take
yeah.
the pad from her hands. I look at it with just an awestruck look on my face, and I say, "Is this a Vulcan riddle? You know I like these, but I really, officer, I can't do this until after the test. But please come back to me. Come back to me later and we'll revisit."
So I will say for Jahan's benefit, at this point, you've had a lot of ton things, but do you think he would be more motivated to continue the test, or would he be more weirded out that like two separate people have brought him up, essentially?
Well, I think I would like obviously I see that and I play it off. It's just like
Right,
okay.
right.
But I'm like, that looks suspiciously like oh that his name isn't like in it, is it?
No, it's code that you and him worked on when you were putting together your like cybernetic receiver sender.
I mean, at this point, I would assume that Ton is in on this. Like I think he's testing me.
Okay.
I say, oh, okay. So I think back to the first wacko that came up to me. Because honestly, the medical officer doesn't look super familiar either. I mean, I'm used to being challenged. So I say, oh, okay. I'm gonna go to the first clue and I'm gonna mark it down in the logs and everything and look at the mix. I want to look at that mix. And for
Okay,
the
so you look at the mix and you can see that like to you the
yeah,
mix is set up to be like a fail safe. You understand that the mix is different than regular run of the mill Starfleet regulations, but like you're just doing it to like make sure that
warp 7. It's
right,
different. Yeah.
right,
Okay, but I'll put in the logs that I was informed by an Ensign Clark to double check.
right. I will say when you go to do that, you
Hmm.
notice now too that interchange code that is in your pad is present present in the intermix of the engine, which that should not be. Like you don't understand why the code for your cranial receiver sender is like in the warp engine. You don't understand why that would even be in there.
Because I just see it in there with the mix.
It's a part you can see it's a part of like the project programming. You can see that like
Hmm.
that code is in a mix of the programming. It's not like in the chemical mixture in the engine. You can just see that like it's attached to the overall project. It's like code like hidden within
Hmm.
things that are moving on the computer.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.
Like a finger.
Yeah. Well, clearly that was meant as a test for me to look, and I found it. Like that's exactly. I didn't get the first hint. He sent one of his other people to like, hey, buddy,
Yeah, exactly.
and now I have found.
Very good.
I found
so
it.
you feel happy. It is a little interesting, but you think that maybe that was like
I'll have to once this test concludes after the Vulcan riddle, if there even was a riddle at this point.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little duped,
yeah.
but we'll have to talk to Ton to see what he's up to.
So you just go back to work. The countdown is on. So we'll cut away from you guys. We'll let you guys keep thinking about what you want to do. And now we're going to jump to Knightley's team. So you guys are all in the med bay on this timeline. So it's Knightley, Silva, Ambassador, and House, and other Knightley, alternate House, and other alternate Knightley are in a medical bed. She has like a blanket on. And we ended with alternate Arhat reaching his blue hands through the medical door.
Oh yeah.
So, does anybody walk over to Nightwing? On who's way in? Yeah, I'm guarding the door.
I feel like maybe definitely.
Is she like in a coma or something?
Her ear, it's weird to say it, but Knightley's eyes are on like are closed, and she's laying there with her arms down on her side with her like a blanket up to her like her chest.
Oh, so I don't know. I'm dead. But it seems like I'm dead.
You don't have a blanket over your face.
Can I scan myself
If you would like.
to see if there's a heartbeat?
Yep. Roll. I would say science control 1.
2 successes.
So on back. So you scan her on with your hand scanner, and she has a low pulse rate and low blood pressure, but she's not dead.
I don't feel the need to stare at myself.
So next to where she's laying is a pad on the table.
So I'll read them. We'll say Nightly reads that loud. So Captain's Log, July 16, 2174. Internal communications have failed across all decks. Environmental controls are unstable. And the ship's emergency shelters are no longer responding. Dr. House has confirmed that the infection remains dormant until exposed to certain scanner emissions. Once activated, its effects are immediate. Higher reasoning deteriorates, recognition of friends, family, rank, all of it disappears. What remains is aggression and an exertion that the body cannot safely sustain. I have ordered all non-essential scanners deactivated. Medical tricorders are to be used only under Dr. House's direct authorization. The gamma treatment works. That should be good news. It is not fast enough. Dr. House can treat only one person at a time, and every treatment requires more power than the ship can continue to provide. We have lost people while we've waited. Others became violent before the treatment could begin. Some members of this crew were killed by the infected. Others were killed to prevent the infection from spreading. These decisions were made under my authority. Dr. House carried them out, but the responsibility is mine. I want that made clear in whatever record survives us. My own resistance to the virus has lasted longer than expected. House believes my blood may contain a temporary means of slowing its progression than in others. He has used what he can. Each extraction has weakened me, and the effect on the remaining patients is diminishing. He tells me that if we continue, I will die. He also tells me that if we stop, others may die soon. I have spent my career believing that the command means accepting the choice no one else should have to make. I was wrong. Sometimes command means admitting that there is no choice, only a series of losses, and the hope that one of them leaves someone alive to remember the others. Dr. House is preparing to sedate me. He believes lowering my metabolic rate may delay the final stage of the infection. I have authorized the procedure. While I am unconscious, command authority will pass to Dr. Stephen House, and he is to carry out these orders. Preserve life where preservation remains possible. Do not activate the infection in an attempt to diagnose it. Do not enter a sealed compartment without a confirmed withdrawal route. And if the grate cannot be secured, abandon her. That is not a suggestion. The ship is not worth one more life. To any member of this group who may read this, what happened here was not your fault. The things you saw your crewmates do were not who they were. The things you were forced to do not erase who you are. And to those we lost, I am sorry. It should have been here. I do not know whether I will wake again, but until I am relieved, until I am no longer capable of giving the order, or until the ship has no one left to hear me, I remain the captain.
We left off, because Soma wasn't there, but he read the reports where it basically summarized what had happened. Right. He said that, they went to the planet, they discovered that the virus was made on the planet, and the device was designed to fight the disease, and they brought the device back, activated, it basically exploded and healed everybody in a certain place. So now, how close are we to the planet?
I mean, as far as the ship is concerned, we may as well be in a solar system.
Are we close enough to do shuttles, or
We have no power.
shuttles running on auxiliary power, right?
The shuttle itself, that's like you have to manually open
So like open the space door.
the space doors.
Bummer.
Also, like if you were like you'd have to manually close it, but then the shuttle they would be consistently explode. The oxygen would.
So House is using like all the power the ship has to run like the gamma radiation to heal
Right.
or to negate the effect. You can tell that like medical is just a stockpile
Yeah,
of stuff
exactly,
for House
right.
to just stay in there at all costs.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good.
And so for your, I'll say because Caleb knows it, but he may not tell you so that you know it.
I
You
would
did
tell him.
shuttle to the point. You were docked.
Well, this is in very Soma design.
I would say he would tell you, I'm saying because Caleb knows this, but you would find pertinent to your game mastery to know that. That's all. I was giving you information that you would want to. Yeah. So what are the three of you want to do? Because all he cares about is just he's just waiting for power on the machine.
So this is not sustainable because the crew will die long before you're able to heal them.
Yes.
So we have to figure out a way to either create a very large gamma explosion or gamma radiation leak or something like that to kill the virus in all of these crewmates, or we need to figure out a way to get to the planet. Those are like our two ways. Either that or everyone's gonna just die.
Yeah, I'm well aware of the situation. And like now that like there's people in here, and he feels the house just like
He just goes.
and we finally sleep. Finally,
Oh man, that would be probably real. Sure. This would be really honestly.
So I'll try using the wall panel. You know, if I can contact anyone. Shit.
So you go to the wall panel and you press it.
That's it. So I'd like to use the computer character. That does look cool. I flip it over and I go, this is Lieutenant Silva to any Drake crew members that are currently uninfected. Please come in.
So you hear somebody like pick up, but they don't say.
Are you there? This is important.
It's open, but no, they're not saying.
We have figured out a way to cure the crew, but we need assistance. Please respond.
Then you hear whispering, very low whispering, but you're dead.
I am currently not dead. I am currently standing in the med bay.
You're dead.
As I said, I am currently not dead, but if we do not do something about the infected, I will be dead again.
Where are you?
I am in the med bay.
Put Dr. House on.
So I walk over to Dr. House. I slap him. Not hard, just enough to wake him up.
he wakes up.
So I hand him the communicator and I said, I found crew members that could help us, but they want to make sure that I am not dead.
Yeah, this is his house. I'm in midday.
And Silva is alive.
This one is
Did you clone Silva?
no, both Nightly's here too.
I know that.
So now because they're
Trust
saying,
me, all the wrong.
I'm in the room right now.
Yeah.
I would say, this is your captain. Who are we speaking to?
You're asleep. Is she awake? House?
This one is.
This is Sandon.
I would say, Sandon,
Oh,
get to med bay. That's an order.
You want me to come to Monday?
That's an order, Sandon.
He's not gonna make it here.
Okay.
I'm literally saying this to you. He's not gonna make it here.
So I
Well,
hold
the
it, I
zombies.
hold it back. I go, Sandin, we either need to make a large gamma explosion or we need to get to the planet that the Bolian ship was visiting right before they got infected.
Not going on the Bolian ship.
I'm not saying we need to go on the Bolian ship. We need to go on the planet that was near the Bolian ship.
How do you expect me to get?
That's what we need to figure out. Is there a way to use the shuttle? Is there any other way? Can we start the engines? Do you have an engineer near you that we could talk to?
Who else? Who else did House cure?
Here we go.
So if we make it to the shuttle bay, can you blow the shuttle bay door? Yes. This is my thought. Is we'll get in the shuttle, you'll use a remote charge to blow the door, we'll leave with the shuttle, we'll go to the planet, get the device, bring it back, activate it, curing everyone. Because the device worked on wasn't it like half a mile?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if we have it on the outside of the ship, that would be close enough to cure everyone on the ship. And then once everybody is cured, then we can be brought back in.
So you want me?
No, I want you to set up a charge to blow the door. That's all you need to focus on.
I'm nowhere near there.
How are you gonna seal the light deck to the ship?
We're not going to seal it.
You're gonna blast the door in the outside wall, shut it bay, all the space coming inside.
Because they have two doors that seal on their own.
If the power was working.
This one is not a door.
So we'll just shut the doors.
Oh, okay, yeah, shut the door. That makes sense.
Yes.
So
I will back to sleep.
Nightly. I don't remember you being so cowardly, Sandon.
Well, thank you, Captain. But it's been an interesting few weeks here. I don't really understand why there's two of you, but
Do you want to live, Simon?
yeah,
Then blow the door when we get in the shuttle. That's all you have to do.
cool. I'll do my best to get from my position to the armory, find a charge, and then make my way from the armory to the shuttle bay, and then get inside the shuttle bay, arm the shuttle bay, and then get back out to a safe location, and then blow up the shuttle,
The other
and
option,
then get to a safe location.
the other option is, do you have a phaser?
Yes,
Could you overload the phaser? Is that enough to blow the door?
then I won't have a face.
You have
Are there
extra.
not 5 million faces around?
There are a lot of faces,
Okay.
but they're on people.
Don't worry, Simon. If you get bit, I can heal you in 3 days. Don't worry about it.
Been down that.
Yeah.
Is this something you feel you can do?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where are you currently, Simon?
The captain's ready.
Simon, there should be some phasers on the bridge at the station.
Mm-hmm. There were.
Oh, somebody took them?
Yes, our had them.
Oh, that's good. Farhead's here.
That makes sense.
All right, Simon, you have your assignment. Do you feel you can do this?
You know it.
All right. How long would I estimate it would take us to get to the shuttle thing? Because aren't we on this
From Med Bay?
Yeah. So we will meet in 30 minutes.
You'll be in the shuttle bay in
We'll
30
be sitting in
minutes.
the shuttle bay in 30 minutes.
It will take me longer than that to get there.
How long will it take you?
I don't know.
Why did you go to the bridge?
Nobody goes up. Nobody goes up. He's
Where's-
noticed that the pattern.
None of the affected go up to the bridge.
No,
So
they pretty much stay on here now. It's-
yes.
Yeah.
So how far is a shaft from us? Or Jeffers tube.
I
sorry.
sure probably.
Not that like around because you were opening up.
Sure.
There's one in that big.
Yeah, there's also one in the back wall.
I will try to work my way up to Simon.
So
Mine's like closed.
that way also as infected as per. You've heard them banging on that.
Is there any way we can
I'm not gonna.
cause like a distraction, like get all infected to kind of come to one deck by like making an announcement or like they hate a certain sound or
I remember from the game, they hit all sound.
So
Already
so
up.
for you to know what you're saying, the answer is yes, but you don't have any conventional means to do it. You would physically have to go there with a communicator and the intercom system is not working. House window. He's not able to like talk to people on shit.
You could throw a communicator out in the hall.
Yeah.
And then you could talk,
but that wouldn't be loud enough for all the whole
draw whatever's in the hallway.
doesn't really help sound. Do I still have a phaser on me?
No. Because you were just conversating with Zarin. You weren't like you're not on shift. So you're not like geared up.
Are we not in med bay?
There probably is. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, house has got, oh, yeah, amongst the like food and supplies, some house has like boxes of, like Mako gear.
So we have phasers with us, right?
You can have access to anything.
So I would say to Sondon, is there any way you could make noise in the Jeffries tube to get them to leave our depot?
Sure.
Since he's so pessimistic about helping us. pull the
Right, you
door-
and I can just go,
Yes,
we can distract them for us.
yes,
Okay,
So
I
you're
don't
saying
trust
you want him to be the distraction.
yes.
Okay.
All right, so the plan is, because you're good at count. Two. I'm a two. What are you?
I got the one.
Dimitri is too.
Okay, so here's the plan, since we're both kind of equal, and what's your control?
Control's 10.
10. So what the plan is, we'll get into the shuttle bay. Okay. You will hop into the cockpit to fly it, okay? What would it take to do to arm the phaser to explode?
You would turn it up to the thing and then like
You
hold
can
it,
get time on-
like fire it. But if you want to monkey it and like drop it,
Yeah.
just you probably roll security control.
Security control. Oh, I have a 13 in that. What's your science and security control?
Science, what?
Security control.
Security, 15.
You have a 15 altogether? So you're much higher. So do you want to arm the thing to explode?
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll watch the door. I'll take care of the door. So that way if somebody comes in, I have the greatest physical strength to try to push them back into the hallway. So is that the plan? And House will continue to lay here and take it down. After shutting the door behind us.
Are all four of you leaving?
Yes. So when Sondon makes the noise to make them all leave, House will open the door, we'll run out, he'll shut the door behind us. We'll head down to the shuttle bay. She'll blow it up. I'll make sure the doors are secured.
They're all gonna die.
And those two will be in the shuttle, making sure it's prepared for us. So when the door blows and the shuttle gets sucked out into space, we can just activate the engines to take off.
You have to put on suits.
Oh, but there's suits down there, isn't it?
There should.
Yeah, so we'll just get suits there.
So, because once it explodes, the launch base will explode to space.
Yes.
In order for you to get in the shuttle. Okay.
Well, no, we won't blow it because she'll arm it with it, so it'll go like, oh, 10 seconds, and then we'll jump into the shuttle and shut it. So when it blows, we're in the shuttle with the door closed.
The shuttles are above the doors. So the shuttles are racked like this, and the
Yeah.
door is here. So if you blow it up, you're gonna damage part of the
Okay. Is it possible to use a phaser to damage the door so it opens?
Oh yeah, you could totally phaser it to be damaged and smashed.
Okay.
So
Because
you just do minimal damage.
all right, so that's what we'll do instead.
I'll favor the doors open.
You would probably, I'm just telling you this because he would know this as well. You would probably all want to work together because it would take a long time for one individual
Right.
to like melt the doors to open.
Yeah.
Well, the other word would be holding off.
Yeah, I want to state for the record, I'm bringing two phasers, one to destroy and one to kill with. I'm gonna be caught with my pants down.
So
So yeah,
you hear the
but it still works because they can be in the shuttle and shoot down, right?
No.
Okay, they have to be outside. Okay, but they'll just stand near the shuttle so that way when we get to the damage, they can hop in, activate it, and get it ready.
Yes. Everybody could, in theory, get into the shuttle.
Yeah.
Smash it.
That's what we're doing. Okay.
So you guys are in the med bay and power. And then you feel like the ship like slightly jostle a little bit. And then our hat's arm comes back out because the whole time he is just cutting up his arm like through the thing. He pulls his arm back out and you can hear footsteps retreating.
I point to Hal. I don't say anything. I just point to him. We'll all quickly walk toward the shuttle.
Okay, so he goes to the door.
Yeah.
Door's open.
Slide through.
We all slide through. And the second the fourth person goes through, he is immediately closing the door. So you guys just make your way to the launch bay. You get to the first set of doors. They're shut. So that you find the panels to open the doors manually. And that's a engineering fitness one.
How is the engineer?
He has a 13.
That's better than me.
It's a 9.
Nine.
Fitness engineering.
Yeah.
So 10 altogether.
So he's the best. So he'll do the door.
Okay. So 2 successes. And he opens the thing and he opens, and now it's that part that you're talking about that has like all the reading bays where like the lockers are before you go out into the launch bay.
So it was a difficulty 1, right?
Yeah.
So we would like to use the extra momentum. So when we go in, he just automatically shuts the door behind us.
So all 4 of you go in, he turns, and then from the other side
Close the door.
Okay. Now you're in this.
So now we're gonna look for spacesuits.
You go up to the locker. There's one space.
One space.
Wunderbar.
Well, the captain goes down with her ship, so she won't be wearing.
No, we don't technically need a spacesuit if we damage the door and then use the shuttle to break it, right?
Potentially.
Oh, so I'm gonna.
Something could go right and something could go wrong.
So I'm gonna vote because the device on the planet needs to be repaired in order to work. I think that the engineer should have the space.
Great.
You agree? So he puts the suit on,
So he puts the suit on,
and then we go out to the shuttle bay.
and you hear him go, like he plugs it in, and then you can hear it in his suit, and it's like 25% oxygen.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Do it. So we'll run out. So we'll open the he open the door.
The secondary door? Okay. Okay, yep, you opened that door. Once it goes.
So we'll go out into
Yeah.
the shuttle bay.
Yeah.
And we'll go up towards the
So you look, and one of the shuttle bays shuttles,
Interesting. Just one.
just one.
but the other one's still
The other one is there.
that one's still fine.
Yep.
What's the timeline where the other one was taken by the? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember Captain had us lose the shuttle pod too.
Yeah, and I saved your miserable lives, and I don't regret it for a second.
All right, so we will.
So you take note of when you come in, it's kind of weird that like every time you come into the launch bay, like your shuttle's in. So now it's weird to see like,
Oh,
your shuttle's not in.
right.
So then you're remembering from what her log said, you're probably still in that like suspension chamber on that station,
Right.
like the current.
Okay.
Like your
That's
alternate
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
All right, so I would like to for all four of us to start phasering the door, but I would like to use momentum to make sure that we are like pinpoint.
You spend 2 momentum to do it with no pickups. Yeah, you can spend 2 momentum, I'll make it. Okay.
Your momentum.
So you all stand around and you phaser all the way. All 4 of you were doing this at the same time. And you can kind of hear this like faint whistle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we need to enter the shuttle.
I'll pile into the
So
shuttle.
again,
My seat.
you'll be in the pilot chair, the engineer will be next to you.
Yep.
And then us two will be right behind.
So you guys get in,
We'll shut the door.
you're pushing the power on, you're turning everything on. In house's med bay, this man that's in a uniform appears in like you see like this purple like energy band and like light flash, and there's just like a man standing in there. You've never seen him before.
In with me, okay.
With you. And he says, Dr. House, have you succeeded yet? Have you got everyone back yet?
No.
No. Okay. So I know that your captain, Knightley, you and, well, no. No, I didn't have your name. It was Knightley, that stupid Vulcan guy, and
Yeah, he perked up.
the trail guy. Right? Is that what I'm right? That's who's stuck here?
I would assume so. Considering that me and Knightley are the only ones currently active on this ship.
But you're not, have you dealt with the Kavalan timeline? So I'm not supposed to be
The only
pulling you from here.
thing I know about timeline is Flesh.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know who you are.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Sorry, I'm Commander Von Zenner. It's not worth explaining myself to you. I'm just looking for the people who aren't supposed to be here.
People that aren't supposed to be here that I just was in contact with was Sova. And Knightley, I didn't know the other two.
Do you know where they are now?
They're trying to go to the planet to
Oh, the planet. Okay, I remember the planet. I remember the planet. The jumping makes things messy, but okay. The
yeah,
the
Sova's
planet.
trying to fix the outbreak.
Okay. And he turns and he like walks towards the medical doors, and then like you see him like go like this, like he's like, and he turns and looks back at you, and he's like, "Oh, the ship's on low power."
Yeah, you could say that.
And he goes over to the wall and he starts like uncranking the door.
Yeah, so I would physically run over and stop him.
He's like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm just going to find them."
You don't open this door without somebody here shut this door. You don't understand what's going on with shit.
Well, I mean, they said infected, but like it's like,
Yeah, 98% of the crew is infected or dead.
well, I gotta get to that.
Well, I hope you have a figure.
Yes.
Don't use stuff.
Okay.
So I crank the door just enough for him to sideways go through.
And as he's like sideways going through, he's like, he kind of just gives you like this, like, like the cut of your jib kind of
Yeah.
thing. And he,
I'm like, "Oh, what weird." I just shut the door.
okay, so you guys are in the shuttle.
So two of them will try to smash their way through
So smashing happens. Yeah. A couple smashes and
Very
you
much smashing.
smash like it's one of the other drops that you bring through. Like literally, you feel the shuttle just be like shot out of the. It has like all the pressure, right? And as it breaks free and you look, you can see what you had said, which is like the asteroid field, and you can see the planet. And as you're like dropping, you can see the door, and it's like right there next.
All right, Ambassador, get us to the planet.
So the shuttle goes and heads to the planet.
It's a little dot. We're on that planet.
Yeah, so it's obviously gonna take a minute for you guys. So now we'll cut to Mike, House, and Kyla's timeline, and you guys were just interacting, saw alternate Kyla's come off the turbo lift and be like, "That's the good stuff," is what he last says.
Yeah.
And so you guys are on that ship. You're dealing with all of the weird stuff, the green stuff, as you see. And Hylas is like, he looks over specifically at himself and then at Arhat, and he's like, "Time travel." He says, "Well, Captain Arhat will want you on the beach. Come with me." And he just turns around and goes back on time. So do you all go with him?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah, I'd follow him.
Okay. So you guys go into the turbo lift, you go up, you come out, and when he steps off of the turbo lift onto the main bridge, you see Arhat, what you assume is Arhat from the back, and he has like long white hair, and one of his arms is just like it's like up to his elbow, and then there's a big blade, like an Ushan blade for an arm. You can see him from the back. He's not looking. And as he turns to look at you, because he hears the turbo lift door open, he has like a metallic eye patch over, and he has a full beard, and he's like laced with scars. Awesome. He points at you, Arhat, and he's like, "Okay, he goes, let me ask. Does the name Zoltar mean anything to you?"
No, not to me.
Nothing comes to mind.
He says, "Okay, NASA, 1969.
That I know.
Okay.
Just what's in Stardate history.
That's all you know."
What do you mean? I know like NASA was like a pre-Federation.
Okay.
All right.
Von Zenner, Odic,
Yes, yeah.
yes. Multiple timelines.
Multiple timelines.
Okay. And you see Hylas go and take a seat. He says, alternates. And he turns and like faces the helm.
This is awesome.
And
So this is just mundane, boring.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so Arhat says, "Okay, what do you want? Spark notes, or you want it all?"
Now you would normally start with bullet point and then expand on anything that we need more explanations on.
I only want the important medical stuff. Also, that you know that the ambassador is running around your ship as like a tree creature.
Did he touch you? You sure?
So, I don't remember if that became.
Where did he go?
He went up on the.
And you see him go over to like a console on the wall, and you see him like punching things in.
Did I touch him?
I don't think he did. I think he was.
I injected it.
He goes, "Show me your hand."
I showed my hand.
And obviously, there's nothing wrong with it. And he's like, "Okay." He says, "Well, that's fortunate." So we're 20 years in the future from if you're dealing with the after the Hodic everything.
Yeah.
So we're 20 years in the future. After the Drake had returned to Earth to be retrofitted, some colonies had been getting attacked by an unknown species, an unknown force. The Drake was, with its new retrofit, or refit, went out to investigate. And long story short, it was the Cavalans, and they were invading our space. And they use a mycelial chronotechnology. They infect with spores and make you one of their own. And they had to adapt their technology to multiple time agents trying to fix the timeline, I presume. So their technology, it fights against time. But you don't want to breathe in or eat those spores because you become like the ambassador. You become like one of them.
This is like an alien race, but Federation is like
Captain Archer encountered them years ago, but they never identified themselves or dealt with anything. So in my timeline, we never dealt with this happening. I just know of what you guys ran into. You guys didn't run into this in my timeline. We ran into different scenarios on our split. So my limited understanding would be we deal with a lot of alternates.
Why do they get brought here?
I assume it's because they're trying to fix what the Drake is intended to do. They're coming here to fix the time.
Can the alternate R hat sense basically chrono?
Yes, he knows that you're an alternate person, and he knows that things are being affected on the timeline. He's similar to you.
That's what I was wondering.
So in my limited understanding, I can't recommend it, and that would be a thing for you, Doctor. You could ingest a spore and try to see if you can tap into the time in this game. Like use their technology against them, but you'd have to partially be integrated into their way of life to get you back. Otherwise, you'll just go sit at these stations because I need hands.
What happened to the other variants? And
The other variants that come through, usually they get killed.
are they always us?
Sometimes they're people that I don't know
How do they usually get killed?
by the Cavalry. They board the Drake regularly and just take people. He gestures to himself and Kylus. You can see that we put up a longer fight.
So they can just like basically beam into the ship at any time. Like,
Yep.
and Earth is no,
No, Earth isn't.
so they have not attacked like Earth itself yet.
So there's only a few planets left that are of the core Federation worlds that aren't infected, or like the last line of defense.
Wow. Well, I don't really like that idea.
It's the best thing I can offer. I limitedly understand how the technology works, but it's not been a priority. Just trying to survive and fight to keep the Federation from collapsing.
You don't have any of their tech.
It's on the ship. You saw it as coming through, but I've never tried to like expand upon it further to see if I could use it to my benefit.
I mean, that's probably somewhere where we should start.
Okay. I leave you to it. You don't belong here, so I'm not concerned.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the tech before I start eating spores.
So our hat gestures and semi walk. He doesn't walk all the way, but he walks partially to like where the back table is there, the like operation table, and there's like some of that green tendril tech like on the back wall.
It's
There's not a
crazy.
lot of it.
So they just like board the ship and then just stuff grows and
Our head tells you to take it in order to like try to like somewhat defend themselves. They've been using their tech,
kind of go under the radar.
yeah, and also fight back because like otherwise they would just die with that if they don't have any of this advanced tech. So like the integration allows them to detect when the ships are coming to properly fight them. If they do board the ship, they have like weapons to like get them back off the ship. But it's all because they're integrating their technology with Drake tech or Federation. So he just gestures to the back wall of the war, like have at it, basically.
I would hope like my Thar hat could like look into that stuff as like security.
Yeah.
You know, like find I don't know if you can find anything out of it.
Do you want me to like scan it or something? Because if you're going through with this, it'd be a good idea to monitor you and try and figure out if this doesn't work, how to get it out of you.
Yeah, I'd like to see if there's something like in their technology that we can use first.
So yeah, now you can scan it. It'll just be a science control difficulty one to scan it.
One success.
So you scan like this tech on the back wall, and it has all of this weird nonsense on it, and you can see that it is more like a fungus tendril, like a root, and going to these like orbs, these green orbs that are full of something that has some sort of unknown alien tech like DNA. Like it's not just like fauna, or it's just like it has properties of the plant. It clearly has like alien DNA. And you would believe from your examination of it that if this was to break open, like, all these like particulates would enter.
Does it look like I can harvest it?
You could easily disconnect it from the root material, but you don't know what that would be.
Does it look like I could like surgically
Totally. What effect that would have on the thing or anything else that you know.
What does Starhead know about it? The Captain Starhead.
He just says that that's the thing that powers them like using the thing. So if they're gonna tie it into things, that thing is like the source of.
So removing that could also take out the system.
He says all that would do is it was give us less access at the war room table to scan like long range scan. That's all that would do.
Let me find one that's connected to something like central.
He pauses and he looks at he looks at alternate you're at, and he says, did you kill the man in the suit? In the hexagonal suit, did you kill that man?
I don't remember killing a man in a hexagonal suit.
Definitely saw him.
He says, is Knightley alive in your timeline?
Yes.
And he just kind of like quietly goes to the ready room. And he gestures, as he gets to the door, he gestures for you to like follow.
Yeah.
So you guys go in. The ready room, when you walk in, looks exactly like Knightley's room. Right now. Like pristine.
Yeah.
And he walks over and he says, you cannot tell Kylus on the bridge.
About this room.
About what I'm about to show you.
I don't even want to talk to Kylus.
Do you promise our hat to not tell Kylus on the bridge about what he's about to show you?
You should know that I wouldn't say anything.
That's true, but I also know that you're already thinking of multiple things.
Yeah.
And we'll just assume that Matthew will play along and tell him. He won't tell himself. So he goes over to this like back part of the wall and he pulls up like the bedding off of the thing. And when you look into it, it's Captain Knightley, and she looks like she does right now. And going into her body is one of these green orbs. So he says, listen, this isn't your night. This is mine. You don't know anything about this. Your timeline obviously is supposed to survive this. This is the end of the Federation and the end of everything. I will give you this thing that is keeping her alive, but you have to assure me that you'll fix it.
I could have just taken one off of like the holodeck.
He
doors
says
or something.
he says that all of them are tied into essential.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he literally says you can pick any of them. It just know it will cut off defenses to the ship. You don't have to pick this one.
what is this doing for the ship?
It's keeping you
Literally just keeping.
It's just keeping Knightley. Yeah.
Wow. Well, as your medical director, you know she's saying DNA.
He says to you like she's not altered. That she's just keeping her in a protected like time shell.
Well, if you remember the house from your timeline, you would have remembered that it doesn't really have too many attachments to like. Not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about people, but like the medical stuff is medical stuff. I don't get too. If you're telling me that this is the only orb that I can look at, try to figure out how to fix this.
That won't drop our defenses to the Provence.
But if you're saying that this is the end of the Federation anyway,
Right. Which is why I'm showing.
then it shouldn't matter if I take one off the plan.
You pick whatever one you want. Basically, what you get from our hat is like he doesn't care which one you pick. The only reason he brought you into here is to show like really how serious he is about fixing things. You get the strong impression that all he wants is to fix it, and that she is a clear representation of him like not letting go.
So this is a very like sentimental thing for the fire hand.
Right. And he's letting go if you're essentially saying you'll fix all.
And so does Kylus think that Knightley is alive somewhere else, or does he
He
think
thinks
that
she's dead.
Wow. But wouldn't he be happy to know that she's
Kylus would not let her be in this condition. He turns to you and he says, the reason she's in this is he says she would never have done half the things that I have. My options were kill her or do this.
wow. So I walk over, I cut off the store, and I say, nobody deserves to live like this, even Knightley.
Especially nice.
For the first time, House is kind of like surprised by something.
Hmm.
And he doesn't agree with this. Like he knows that Knightley wouldn't want to be in this position in stasis. Well,
He's fine with it. He doesn't, if you're fixing the timeline, he doesn't care about you altering it. He basically is just like, we're going to have to like leave the room because if she wakes. why can I be in here? I'll have to lock her in the ring.
I wouldn't allow that to happen.
You'll sedate her.
Yeah.
Thank you. That makes it easy.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't let her come. I wouldn't let her come too.
The point is, like, I'm trying to convey is like this art hat is already made such a series of decisions.
Yeah,
This is inconsequential. Yeah. It's special to him, but it's only the only reason he's letting go of it is because all of you are insinuating this will all be fixed. So it doesn't matter. Anything that he's said doesn't matter. It'll be erased.
Is the hexagon suit guy dead in your family
Yes, I can.
at the courthouse?
No.
After.
Yes.
Who's he working with?
He looks at all of you. He says you don't know because he is done.
Had my suspicion. What did he want with Don?
I don't know.
Yeah, if I had the chance, I wouldn't have asked questions either.
No.
Of course.
Nyla's came close to killing courthouse. Well, that's riveting stuff. All right, well, let's do it. Let's take this. Let's kill Knightley. Let's kill.
Let's kill the beast.
So I would inject her with hyper strength first and thing.
Yeah.
Just to just a concoction of, I don't know, morphine and
That is
all the good stuff.
So roll a medicine control difficulty 4.
Oh, you.
Oh boy. Good part momentum.
Because you're doing weird alien surgery.
Also, do you have a determination point?
I would like to use a value, probably.
Okay.
I have one that I only use once. The other one doesn't apply, but I have a new one that I'd like to use,
Okay.
and that is what could have been.
So that'll give you a 1d20 that's set to 1. So you have 2 successes. So now you have 1d20 to roll for 2 more successes.
So then biomomentum gives me 2 dice.
Yeah.
But to buy 3 momentum would give me 3 dice.
For 3 momentum, you would get 3.
Yeah, let's do it. I feel like I needed it. I
We're
don't
down
know.
to 1 momentum.
Okay, here we go. 4. 13. 4 is under my medicine too. Emergency medicine.
That's fine.
Triage.
That's not emergency medicine.
So what is it? 5 successes? No.
So
2
4,
fours is 4.
13, and
5,
2, so
6.
7 successes.
7. Yeah.
And he needed 4, so 3 bets.
There you go. So you weirdly get down over where she's recessed in the bed.
Yeah.
And you just start meticulously cutting out.
Yeah. I have it splayed open.
Right.
I'm doing the snipping at the little
Exactly.
strenuous.
Yep.
Perfect.
And you harvest it perfectly out of her body. And you've injected her with a mixture of sedation so that she does not. You see her sort of moved, but that's not. You're right. Pretty much, right? Pretty much.
Yeah,
So
thank you so much.
you have it in your hand, you're looking at it, and you see in the green thing, in the orb that you're holding, you see Ambassador Zaren. You see part of his face looking at you in the thing. He doesn't say anything, he's just looking.
This is a Wicked Witch of the West ball.
Yeah. So it's a big, imagine almost a 20-sided die that's clear.
Yeah.
And you're holding it, and inside hazily is his face looking right at you. It is making direct eye contact, and it's not saying anything. And you go to turn to do something, and we cut for the cliffhanger. We cut very briefly back to the shuttle. You guys are getting closer and closer to the planet, and as you're zooming along, for a total of 1.5 seconds to your perception, you watch Knightley sort of pass out and then come back in.
So we're
Yeah.
talking all right, what's the plan? And she's and wakes back up.
Yeah. And she makes no comment at that. And that is where we
Sure.
will.
That was plant version. Sorry.
Yes, it was the gross tendril version of Zarin that you had seen.
I love it. It's great. Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you everybody for joining. We'll see you guys next time for part 4, and maybe that will be the last one. We'll see. We're getting close. Yay! Bye.
Bye.
Tomorrow starts with us today. Fly with the drake, strong and true. Side by side we'll break on through. Bold and brave we light the way. Tomorrow starts with us today. Bold and brave we light the way. Tomorrow starts with us today.